Hi everyone, today's video is a foraging video. We're here in the Taconic Mountain Range foraging for ramps. So in this video, we're going to take you along and show you when is the best time to start looking for ramps, where are the best places to find ramps, how to properly identify ramps, how to harvest ramps, and what is the best way to successfully cultivate ramps. Here in the Northeast, in the month of April, when the woods still look brown and barren, is when you can start looking for ramps. They're one of the first bits of green that emerge on the forest floor. Another indication that it's ramp season is the emergence of the forsythia blossoms. Also, when the daffodils have started to bloom, it's time for ramps. Once you're in the woods, there are some plants to look for that indicate that the ramp season has begun. One of the plants to look for is the presence of trillium. Another is bloodroot flower. Also, the presence of trout lily is another indication that ramps are nearby. Also, skunk cabbage is another plant to start looking for. And here is some skunk cabbage growing right next to a patch of ramps. Ramps prefer to grow in rich, damp soil. So the best places to look for ramps is in areas where the soil remains consistently moist. Here underneath these deciduous trees, there's a lot of leaf litter. So the soil does remain consistently moist. So it's a very good place to start looking for ramps. This patch of ramps was found under a stand of deciduous trees, where the soil remained damp, and you can see how many of them are growing. One of the places we have the most success in finding ramps is along small streams or seasonal stream beds. You can see how many ramps are growing along this seasonal stream bed, because the soil remains moist, and the soil is also very rich. Also, because there aren't a lot of tree roots and stones to compete with, the ramps along this stream bed tend to grow very large. In this area of the Taconic Mountains, there's a lot of water. So everywhere there's water, we successfully find ramps. Ramps are easy to identify by their silvery green color. They have two leaves that join together in a single stem. And here in this large patch of ramps, you can see that all of the ramps have only two leaves. The most commonly found variety of ramp here in the Northeast has a very distinct plum-colored stem at the base. I pulled some of the leaves away so you can see the stem. And you see how the two leaves join to a single stem. There is another variety of ramp that grows here in the Northeast that does not have that plum-colored stem. However, it's protected and cannot be foraged. The best way to harvest ramps is to harvest them sustainably. And what we do is we remove one leaf from the plant, we're letting the other leaf remain, and allowing the plant to continue to grow. If we do dig up a ramp, it's only because we're moving it to another location for cultivation purposes. Unfortunately, ramps are in a lot of danger of being over-harvested. So some people will dig them up and move them to another location that's safer and more protected. The reason why we started to cultivate ramps is because the area of the mountains where we've been looking for ramps is now open to logging. So what we've been doing is digging up ramps to move them. So the small amount of ramps that we do dig up, we dig up to cultivate. We move them to a different location that's safer and protected. And we only do it in areas that are already in danger of being completely destroyed by logging. What we've done is we've planted them in a very damp section of our homestead. And you can see over to the left some seasonal pools of water. This area is almost identical to the place where we gathered them. These ramps are healthy and have already started to put out seed heads. And you can see here where the ramps are starting to spread into other areas. So rather than watch all of those ramp patches be destroyed by the loggers, we've moved them here to this location so that they could flourish. So when the logging is done, we can take some of these ramps back to the same location where we found them, replant them so they can repopulate the area.